Welcome to a Farming Simulator 19 map tour with me, MrSealyp. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am on WASHOE Nevada. I've been looking up online because I wasn't quite sure how to pronounce it. WASHOE County is in the state of Nevada, named after the Great Basin tribe, the WASHOE or Washoe. Didn't know. I thought it was a made up place, but it's not. It's actually real. One of my subscribers messaged me the other day saying they grew up in WASHOE County. Anyway, thought I'd mention that. I'm a bit late to the party on this one. I was away on holiday, spoke to JiM last week when the map dropped on Friday. I spoke to him over the weekend because where I was staying, the Wi-Fi and internet died on us, and I just couldn't record anything, and the things I did manage to record I couldn't post. So we're Tuesday now because I travelled back yesterday. Anyway, enough about that. You don't care about that. What you want to know about is the map. So, we start right down here at a little water source. We're going to get onto that in a moment. But the map itself, it's a dry, arid place, very, very warm. A few fields, mostly rectangular or square, but JiM has done some nice things on this. Now I'm set on normal at the moment, on normal mode, and on new farmer. What do we start with? Well, we start with these patches here. The main farm area, which is here. We've got our animal area, which is here, and up the top, and this is why I love JiM, because he listens. The biogas plant, if you start on new farmer, it's already bought and paid for. You kind of already own it. That's brilliant. Look at this. Crop circles. Now, being Nevada, it's not too far away from Area 51. I don't suppose anything's too far away from Area 51 if you're in a spaceship. So we've got Area 51B diesel up here. There's some really nice features on this map. It always makes me smile when a new map from JiM comes out, going around it, looking what he's added, what he's thrown in. There's always nice little touches, nice little features, some really cool stuff in there. Now, as far as field prices goes, and this is another one of those interesting things, if I click on there, the field there, 484,000, that's a fairly big one as well. If we go down to a smaller one here, 64,000. But if you notice, it's not a plot, it's the field. And what he's done, which is a really nice feature, you can buy the field. So there's that kind of concept that if you've only got enough money to buy a field, do you want to buy an entire plot? Probably not. But what you can then do is if you go to the outer part, you can then buy the plot later. If you want to buy them both at the same time, if you've got enough money, then you can do that. But the great thing about that is because there's plenty of room around each field, and there is plenty of room on this map. If you look at where the fields are, there are loads of areas on this map where there aren't fields, but it does give you the ability to expand. So if you start off with just the field, then decide actually I want to plough it out a bit bigger, you can buy the plot around it afterwards and then extend your field out if you want to. That's a brilliant feature. So that means you haven't got to spend a fortune buying a plot when realistically all you want is the field, you know. It's a clever idea. Very, very nice. As far as sell points go, we've got Area 51 diesel. That's a buy point. We've then got biogas plant. We've got the dairy factory. We've got livestock market barn, old shanty grains, quarry diesel, root crops. Actually, I think you might be able to sell diesel there as well. He's added some extra ones on the end. Yeah, you can sell there too. Oh, that's fantastic. Those features JiM puts in, absolutely spot on, giving you loads and loads of options to buy and sell all sorts of commodities, which I think is absolutely brilliant, including total mix ration and all of it. It's absolutely brilliant. Sawmill, spinnery, Star Peak Restaurant and the Transport Company. Now, what he's also done, which I really, really like, it's a nice little touch. You do start with something in all of your silos. 51 litres. Nice nod to Area 51. On everything, we've got 51 litres. That's brilliant. I think it's really, really clever. It's a small thing, but it makes you smile. That's the beauty of what JiM does. So, we're going to have a bit of a tour round, have a look at what he's done. There are some extra little bits in here. Again, when he's making his maps, he stops and he thinks, what do people want? What have people asked for? Again, you don't have to use it. A lot of people say, oh, I don't like it because you do this, you do that. That's not farming. then don't do it. I mean, at the end of the day, you can use it or not use it, but what JiM does is puts it all in there and says it's there if you want it, and that is a brilliant, brilliant thing. So we start, like I say, right the way down the bottom here. We're going to do a whiz round. I'm going to kind of jump the first bit. I'm going to go to the sawmill, maybe across the Star Peak restaurant, and then I'll kind of go to the main farm and we'll go from there. So we start here at this little water source, which is free water. If you want to come down here and collect water, it's a bit of a drive from your main farm, but that's kind of part and parcel. We've got a lot of trees around the entire map. There's no set forest, but as you have a kind of look around, you can see there's no shortage of forestry. If you want to do a bit of lumber, if you want to clear the land, ready for extending fields, or put your own fields in, that's entirely up to you. But we've got water here, and another one of those nice little features. Look, come in here. This little cave. You can't pick up the gold, unfortunately. But there is gold in them there hills. I think it's all gold, actually, in here, isn't it? The Golden Cave. Anyway, so that's where we start the map. Our farm is north of here. But what we are going to do is head up the hill to the sawmill. Now, as you can see, very dry, very arid. The textures are really, really nice. We've got this arid kind of dry, dead grass look with some areas that have got some living stuff. Now, as far as landscaping goes, you've got two options. Well, you've got loads of options for landscaping, obviously. But as far as grass goes, you can have this growing grass, or this grass here, which is the arid texture, or you can have the lush green texture if you want to go for that. That gives you the grass that grows. So, if you want to have stuff you can mow, and you know, it can be grass that's been looked after and sprayed and watered regularly. But anyway, we are up at the sawmill, so kind of pretty much north from where we were at the start point. We are at one of the sale points, which is the sawmill. We've got our lumber point, which is just here, and then we've got our wood chip sale point, which is just over here. We're going to head over the hill to Star Peak Restaurant, I think. I want to try and get as much in as I possibly can. There's going to be things I miss, absolutely. There's no two ways about it. I will miss something, no doubt. And I'm sure for you guys that have been playing this since the map dropped on Friday, you've probably seen loads of bits of this that I will miss, and you'll point out in the comments, you know, you didn't see this or you missed that, or you know, have a look for. And that's the again, the beauty of JiM's maps is that he puts some great stuff in. And as you're going around, you find these little treats. You know, I think that's brilliant. Over in the distance there, we've got what looks like a castle, and it is technically. You can't actually get to it; it's off in the distance, but it's a sand castle. It's possibly the biggest sand castle I think I've ever seen. It's absolutely massive. So, coming up to Star Peak Restaurant, we've got these. The tracks are often a little bit hard to see in the distance because obviously they're the same sort of ground colour as the grass. We have got a road that runs on the bottom here that brings you around, and you can come up to the Star Peak Restaurant. But again, JiM's attention to detail and the things he makes to put on his maps are just fantastic. So the Star Peak Restaurant sale point is just around the back of this building here. Nice kind of restaurant looking out of the hills. I'm assuming people come up here to go UFO spotting, look at the stars, enjoy the evening. There's your sale point, just here. I do like all the extra kind of twiddly bits that kind of get put on. It's not just a standard, there's a sale point, you know, there's always some extra little bits that get added, and that's absolutely fantastic. Now, if we come down here, I'll show you the bits I was talking about. We've got a lookout point here. Again, nice feature. Unfortunately, you can't use them, which is a pity. But, I mean, that would be ridiculously difficult to do. Anyway, you can see the landscape, but you've got a lot of these rocky outcrops and bits that kind of stick up. A lot of the field areas are fairly flat, which is really helpful. For guys out there, like I said, for you guys, I mean, I'm one of you guys, I play the game too, but if you like your big machinery and you want to be using big bud type stuff, and you know, there's plenty of room on this map for moving around. You're not going to have an issue using large machinery. You're not inundated with fences and hedges and, you know, tight narrow lanes and stuff like that. It's a big open map. And again, another feature, look, this bridge. I don't think I've come across a bridge like this on any of the maps that I've been on so far. Maybe it's a PC one, I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know. I personally have never come across one. But anyway, old, like, looks like a kind of prospector's kind of windmill, kind of, you know, It's been here for a long, long time, and everything else built up around it. Everything seems to be focused in this direction. I wonder. Anyway, so that's the Star Peak restaurant. So we have come from here at the bottom where we started, up to the sawmill, and across to the Star Peak restaurant and down to here. What I'm going to do now is we'll go to the main farm, have a look around there, and then we'll kind of do a loop round and try and get everything we can. Actually, from here, I suppose it might be quite quick to get down to these sell points. Yeah, then we haven't got to worry about driving, have we? Bear with me 1 second. So, crossing the main road, we have got the animal dealer, is one of the first ones we come to. Now we've got a horse dealer, which is just here. And I think you can do all of them on each one, because it's given me the option to do pigs, horses, sheep, cows, etc. But that is kind of your horse dealership. Again, it's another nice feature you don't often have. And the signs, there are plenty of signs everywhere that explain pretty much everything. So if you're in any doubt, look for these yellow signs. They're incredibly handy. We've got a main animal dealership just here, which is fantastic. And again, we've got another sign. Cow, pig, sheep dealer. And if we come around here, we've got our buy manure and buy slurry. So that's your purchase point down at the animal dealership. So if you haven't got a lot of animals to start off with and you want to be using organic fertilizers and stuff like that, you can come down and you can buy it here. Then we've got our sell point. Now the sell point is an interesting one as well, because you can sell TMR and pig food here, which is absolutely fantastic. If you've got a surplus and you want to be doing that, it might be that you trade in those kind of things. That's entirely up to you. Around the corner, then we've got a sell point for bales, all 3 types, 4 types, silage bales, and then we've got loose as well. So you've got 2 separate sell points for your baled and your loose straw, etc. Again, it's a nice feature. It's good to have it added in. I hope I haven't missed anything on there. Animal dealer, buy slurry and manure, livestock market, and livestock market barn. Now we'll just check the livestock market sell point. Yeah, it takes pretty much everything, doesn't it? Go all the way across. Yep. You can do water here as well. If you look down where that water droplet is at the top and then come down, you can see all the sell points where you can sell water. So dairy factory, livestock market, root crops, and Star Peak restaurant, you can sell water at all of those. So if you want to do some water runs to make a bit of money, there's always a bit of money in it, which is absolutely fantastic. Right, so what I'm going to do now is head to the main farm. I like the fact you can sell TMR and stuff. It's like I say, if that's not what you want to do, if you want to be just focusing on your farming, then just focus on the farming. But it's there, it's an option, you know. It depends how what route you want to go down with your Let's Play. Anyway, right, so let's head to the main farm. Okay, so we are coming in towards the main farm. First thing you notice, nice big open area. Again, plenty of room for moving big machinery around. You're not going to have an issue with that whatsoever. We've got our main silo, which is just here. I think it's one of the standard 200,000 litre ones. This will hold your main crop types, your main grains. You won't need to worry about storage for other things. We're going to get to that in a moment. But there's your root crop storage just there. We've got one of our kind of barn buildings, just a placeable decorative feature. We've got our main farmhouse just over here, and we do have a pickup. So if you want to sleep through the night, I'm not tired at the moment, but I can do it there if I want to. We've got a few of these shelters knocking around all over the place, and we've got a few bits of machinery. We're going to have a look at what we start with. Again, what I really do like when Jim starts off his maps, the machinery's dirty and it looks like it's been used. You know, it's not sitting there pristine and all absolutely, you know, tip top. A couple of these lighting poles. Now, I'm on New Farmer, and on New Farmer we have used, I think it's 556, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 556 out of 1299 on the slot count. If you start on Farm Manager, you've only used 369, so that's not too bad at all. Plenty of slots to be playing around with. Now, if you do start on Farm Manager, you don't have any of the shelters, you don't have the farmhouse, you don't have the vehicles, you don't have the light poles or anything like that, and you don't own any of the land. But you do have the buildings we're going to have a look at in a second, because these have been put onto the map by Jim very, very specifically. And again, there's some nice features, but what we will do, let's have a look in the garage. What do we start with? We've got a K7230 Pro, we've got a Steyr Profi CVT, we've got a TX32 New Holland Harvester, we've got our pickup. Now obviously yesterday mods came out and we've got the new Black Sheep modding fifth wheel hitch pack, which has got the new pickup 2014 XL, which is a dually. So I'm thinking about maybe getting one of those. We've got a TKD 302 trailer, corn header, DC 401 subsoiler, Agramash seeder. Now what Jim's also done to make life a lot easier is he's put in the standard in-game animal paddocks and pastures. Now you can change those if you want to. If you start on Farm Manager you won't have those anyway, but we're going to get up around the top and have a look at those in a moment as well. And obviously then we've got the large grain silo which takes your main root crops, 200,000 litres, and we've got a few of these easy sheds knocking about, and then we've got the light poles, the old farm barn and the farmhouse. So that's what you start with equipment wise. Now let's have a quick whiz round the yard and we'll have a look at what we've got, because this is where things get really interesting and I like a lot. So let's look at that sign. It says grass, hay, straw, chaff, silage, forage, pig food, sugarcane, wood chips, manure, storage. That will take TMR as well. 300,000 litre capacity of each. I like the fact you've got these buildings. I don't think does that door open? No. And that's what Jim does so well. You put some on there. Again, if you want to use your own silos, if you want to put it loose, if you want to put it in a barn or building or shelter, absolutely you can. You don't have to use these if you don't want to, but they're here. So you don't need a forage and chip silo as well. It's here already. It's on the map. You can use it and you can store all your stuff in there should you wish to do so. We've also then got water storage. Absolutely fantastic. So rather than having a water tower you just go to, it adds that immersion to it where you're going to go off, you're going to collect your water, bring it back here and you can store it in the water tower. So you're actually collecting the water, putting it somewhere you can come and access later on. It's not just a constantly refilling water tower that's always got water in it. You have to refill it. Brilliant idea. Have I missed one? No, that's part of that one. Next door, down. This is something I need to point out. This says general maintenance. Jim often has these. On Mercury Farms it was fences. On here, this is a bit tricky to see, but if you want to extend your fields out, you want to change the yard around or do something like that, just over there we've got a big old rock there. You can just see, let's actually just zoom in on that. There's a rock right there. Now if I go to this and press circle, watch very carefully, get that popping sound and a load of rocks disappear. Nice feature. Takes away something, makes life a little bit easier. You can do a little bit more landscaping or whatever you need to do. Very clever idea that. Around this side we have got seed storage. Again, you haven't got to have loads of piles of seed, you haven't got to have loads of pallets of seed sitting there or stacked in barns or however you want. You can go and buy your seed, bring it over here in bulk and store it, then come and collect it when you need it. Brilliant feature, absolutely amazing. What else have we got? Lime storage. We're going to come to lime in a moment, and another genius idea, absolutely love. But we've got lime storage. We have got over here herbicide storage. We've got fertilizer and liquid fertilizer storage. You can store everything, but again, if you don't want to, don't. You don't have to. You don't have to be cross about it either. It's entirely up to you. Right, round here we have got slurry and digestate storage, and then over this side here, did I miss something around there? Oh yeah, diesel storage. So you can go and buy fuel, put it at your farm, so when you want to refill your vehicles, again it's not that ever refilling diesel storage. You've got to come and collect it and fill up your own diesel storage. Then we've got our potatoes. This is your root crop storage. Potatoes and sugar beets, which makes life so much easier. 300,000 litres on all of those, which is absolutely brilliant. Now what I'm going to do is grab the pickup. We're going to head up round to the animals, I think. Then we're going to work our way around the map and look at some more of the awesome features that Jim's put in. So Let's grab a rather filthy looking pickup. Now something I wasn't sure about, and I'm just going to double check. If we look at our vehicle stats there, so when you get on the map and you look at the vehicles and think, oh no, because I know some map makers have done it, where I think Jim did it on Mercury Farms, didn't he? Where you get your vehicles when you start off and they've already got time and hours on them. Time and hours, it's the same thing. Days, hours, whatever. And they're already in need of repair and stuff like that. These are all perfectly fine. They're 100%. You know, everything's absolutely fine. Because I looked and thought, wow, that's filthy. I bet it's going to have a load of hours on it, but it hasn't. You're absolutely fine with that. So what we're going to do is head kind of north out of the farm, past all of our storage. Up the hill to our animal area. Now again, we've got more of the easy sheds knocking about, and everything is nicely spaced out again, plenty of room. Now if you don't want this, you can sell them, you can move them around, place them wherever you want, cut down trees, do whatever you like. It really, that's the beauty of Jim's maps, is it gives you the option to do what you want. So we've got a chicken coop just here. I'm not going to show you where all the feed and hay and straw and water points are. These are the standard in-game ones, so it should be fairly self-explanatory. We've got our pig enclosure just there. We have our cows. I think that's the cow one. Cows just there. Yes, it is. We have our sheep enclosure just over here. And there's also plenty of room to add other ones. It's very, very flat. So as far as placing, it's not going to be too much of an issue. You're not going to have to do loads of landscaping to place them. Another easy shed over to the side there. And then we've got our horse enclosure just over here. But again, I'm just thinking with that equestrian centre mod, there's also the jumps and things like that. If you wanted to go in for something like that, you might set yourself up a whole kind of ranch setup, however you want to go for it. There is plenty of space here to be able to do that. So, where do I go from here? Let's just have a check on the map, because I don't want to go the wrong way and get this wrong. So, we've gone from our main farm. Oh, I was going to go down there, wasn't I? Oh, I can do that last. That's not a problem. Right, so what we're going to do now, I think, is head up, just cross country. We're going to go and do these points here. We'll come and do these points here, then back through the farm, do this one here, then we'll head south, because I want to go down to the quarry down the bottom. There's a quarry. Oh yes. Right, so I'm also going to head first, because there was something I wanted to show and I'm sure I'm going to miss it. Which direction was it in? I'm going to miss it. It's one of those things that when I came across it I was like, what? But it was also, that's cool. Oh no, I'm going to miss it, aren't I? There's a boat like in the middle of the desert just sitting, and a boy as well. Not a boy as like a small child, like a, there it is over there. Oh no, is that? Yeah, it is. Sorry, I'm mumbling to myself. We'll get there and then we'll whiz off and do the other bits. I'm sure it's here. I just wanted to point out, because it's one of those, you're going to come across it and go, what? But it's kind of quirky and a bit odd. Whether that's been picked up by some absolutely huge tornado and just dropped here, or I don't know. But yeah, we've got a boat and there's a boy up against a tree. Lovely features. Right, let's head north. Now, like I said before, you're not encumbered by loads of hedges and fences and stuff like that. They serve a purpose and they work on certain maps, but on this type of map, no, it's supposed to be open country, that big open expanse, and you get that feel straight away. Nice undulations across the map, nothing too drastic, nothing over the top. Let's turn this way. Standing stones. Right, let's head up here first. So I think this is root crop. Pretty sure it's root crop. We are going to check just to make sure. Yep, this is the root crop sell point. Now the root crop one, according to the main point as well, there you go, water sell point. See, it's all marked. There's absolutely no problem whatsoever. That's why you had one of these up at the Star Peak restaurant as well, because you can sell water there too. So that serves the building. Again, the pipes are all there. It's all done. So it works, you know. It's not that weird kind of, why would that be there, you know? It's a dry, desolate place, and these places need water. We're going to head north out of here and go up to the top one. Being very, very careful if you know anything about Area 51 or you've seen it on the TV or you live near there. Authorised vehicles only. Normally there are signs saying if you cross after this point you will be shot on sight, kind of thing. Hopefully that won't be the case up here, but we do have Area 51B diesel. This is fantastic. Right, we've got a gate here. Look at this. The time it takes to put these things in, to mod them and make them, and hasn't been used for a long time. Or has it? How do we know? So there we go. We've got a diesel point here. I think you can sell diesel here as well, can't you? Absolutely fantastic. Right. Let's close that. He says. Why is it not closing? Don't want to leave it open and get in trouble, you know. Gonna have to. Right. Straight down from here. Should really follow the road, actually. Make life a little bit easier, wouldn't it? I do like there's so much scope for whatever you want to do. I think that's brilliant. Nice. Cut across here. Probably shouldn't, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, we are at Old Shanty Grains. So that's another one of our sell points. If we go to, where are we? Oh, the one that I was on. Old Shanty Grains. Now this one will only take, hang on, where are we? Oh, there we go. This will take your root crops and most of your other ones, actually. This is one of the main ones that does a lot of different stuff. Cool, and it's called Old Shanty Grains for a reason. Head down the hill, away from here. We come to the old shanty, after which it's named. Brilliant, brilliant details. I love it, love it. Right, carry on to the next one. We'll get all of these in, don't you worry. It's a very different feel, and I think that's another thing that JiM does incredibly well. On all the maps he's done, it's not like, I mean, apart from the fact that you've got all the sell points and all the buy points and all the stuff that are kind of trademarks of JiM's now as well. You know, if you can make it work, he makes it work, and that's what's absolutely fantastic. Is you wouldn't go onto the map and go, oh yeah, this is like JiM's other one. You know, they all feel very, very different. The style of the map, the layout of the maps, they're all different, and I think that's another thing he does incredibly well. This is the dairy, isn't it? Yes, dairy factory. The sell point is, I think it's around the front here. There we go, dairy factory, just there. Again, nice big tanks. It's not just a sell point. There's a lot going on. Plenty of people working here as well, by the looks of things. Pump it there. And then we come to our biogas plant. Like I say, if you start on new farmer mode, this is already bought and paid for, so you haven't got to worry. Nice big bunker silos, just to the side there. We've got a digestate tank, which is over here. So your byproduct of selling silage and all the various different other things you can sell you can collect underneath the pipe there. But what JiM's also done, you've got a tip-in digester, but there's also a ramp up the side as well to make life a lot easier should you wish to tip. Brilliant. I know on some of JiM's maps he put some ground levels you can tip in, but again, it's gone for a different look, different feel. I like it. Right, let's head down. So we're now heading westward. Well, kind of west and south now. Or what you would say, southwest, probably. What is wrong with me? Anyway, first of our sell points coming up on the left, which is just here. Well, the first of the sell points along here. Not the first sell point, that's ridiculous. We've done a load of those already. So around the back, it's quite narrow around this one. Not a lot of room. We are now at the transport company, so that's the sell point just there. We're going to go to the spinnery, the shop, and then we're going to head back across the middle to this point here, because there's a couple of bits I want to show you there as well. Oh, that reminds me, I always forget this bit. Contracts are available, and some of the fields are quite big, so the payments are actually pretty large. Fertilising on field 1, 46,000. I know I've got that in settled euros at the moment. That's incorrect, but for the place. But there you go. So contracts are available. I often forget to mention those. Back out. Which will come up first? I think the store. Yeah. So our main store is just here. That's interesting. What's that? Just noticed. Oh, it's like a little water feature in a... It's not a building, isn't marked, is it, on the map? No, just a little kind of park area. Cool. So, main store is just here. We have got our purchase point just there. We've got our repair, sell, configure point just here. We have a cash point just over to the side here. Now, as far as respawning vehicles goes, or resetting vehicles, it's probably the best way to put it. If I just zoom across, let's pick something at random. Reset. Your vehicles will reset here to the main store, so if you should tip them, roll them, get them stuck in a ditch, down a hole, something like that. Excuse me. They will reset here to the main store. Right, spinnery. Where is that? So that's just opposite pretty much. Swing back out. I don't do American maps very often, but I've been kind of holding out. I did Lone Oak Farm a while back on FS17. But I might have a nice surprise coming on this. So, we've got our spinnery just here, our wool and our cotton sell point. And then we've got more fuel just across there. No shortage of, which is very handy. So this is the fuel buy point. Now this is for tankers only. It says it very clearly on the sign there. What JiM has also done on this map, which I think he did on Mercury Farms as well on the update, if we go across and then go right across to miscellaneous, what he's done is he's added in onto the menu the MKU-8 and the MKU-32 tanker, if you look down the bottom left-hand corner, it will take all of those things. So if you want to do some transporting of your water, if you want to be buying slurry, herbicide, fertilizer to put into your storage tanks, your main farm, there are tankers available to do that. Now the point about that being that you can only buy here in a tanker, whether it's the small one or the large one, and then you take it to your place where you store it, and then you can fill up your vehicles from there. You can't fill up your tractors from this point, which I think is another clever idea. It's a nice feature to add in. So as soon as we're right by where the fuel is, we've got these little oil wells chugging away, and we're going to head back over to the farm and cross the next point. Fantastic. Right, see you over there in just a moment. So we've come across in front of the farm, so we've just come across our main farmyard where we were a little while ago, and we're coming around to this next bit I want to show you because it's really cool. Again, use it, don't use it, it's entirely up to you. So there we've got a sell point for loose grass, hay and straw. I think it's down as barn, isn't it? Yeah, loose straw barn. And then around the other side we've got a purchase point for grass, hay and straw, so you can buy it from here. So a lot of the local farmers will bring their surplus, they'll put it into this storage facility here, and you can come here and you can buy it if you want to. But if you don't want to buy it and you want to make all your own, absolutely you can. You don't have to buy it. But if you do want to buy it, it makes making total mixed ration far easier. We've also got a grass field just over here with this neat little feature. Now unfortunately on console this doesn't work. I don't know if it does on PC, I'm not 100% certain. But you've got this track running down the side here with this piece of machinery which looks very peculiar, but what's very clever is in all this arid landscape you've got this lovely green lush grass here, wonderful, but you've got this irrigation system that JiM's kind of put in. It adds that kind of as well. You come over here and you go, hang on a minute, dry, arid, hot climate, how all of a sudden you've got this lush green grass? Because of this irrigation system. So it runs up the track along the side there and the water comes out. Like I say, unfortunately it doesn't work on console, but that's a really nice feature. It's a cool. When I first came across it, I came in from the other side this way. I thought, what is that? I couldn't work out what it was, but brilliant. It doesn't have to be there, it doesn't need to be there, but it adds to the whole thing. Love it. Nice feature. Right, so on to the last, I think. So we're going to go now down to the southeast corner of the map towards the quarry. Oh, hang on. I haven't noticed this before. That's... Oh, hang on. I want to get this right. Is it 2001 or 2010? 2001, isn't it? A Space Odyssey? The monolith. What is that sound? What was that? Oh, that's really cool. Oh dear. Okie dokie, that's... What is that noise? That's terrifying. Right, okay. So, let's head down to the... I love that. Very cool. So, last of our points we're going to be looking at is down here at the quarry. Now again, it adds another element. It's that, you know, it's here, it's a feature on the map. There was one on Woodshire as well, but it didn't really have a use, and I said that right from the word go. I think on FS17 as well. Oh, that quarry's brilliant, but wouldn't it be better if it had a kind of a function and a use? So we've got a quarry and there's all sorts of barrels and bits of machinery and things going on, and they've probably mined all sorts of stuff over the years here. But what we have got is this over here, and this is brilliant. Free lime. So you haven't got to buy your lime. You can come and collect it here from the quarry. So you've got a lime quarry too. But it does say bucket loader. So with a bucket, you can bring a vehicle down here, and with a bucket loader, load it into your vehicle, take it back to the main farm. And that's why I said earlier, there's lime storage. So you can do some trips down here, collect your lime, put it into your main storage, and then you can go and collect it from your farm to lime your fields. And the fact it's free, it's another nice little touch, you know. It makes the quarry relevant. So you come down here to collect stuff. You can have a whole little setup here of all sorts of stuff going on if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you. But I like the fact it's made that relevant. It makes it a place to come to, a point on the map, you know. I think over here we've also got, is it a buy point or is it a sell point as well? Let's have a quick look. Quarry diesel. It might be sell point as well. Let's have a quick look. Wasn't it? Is that the top? Oh no, maybe not. Oh yeah, Quarry diesel. There you go. If we go right the way across, not a bad price either. So you can sell your diesel there. Cool. I think, have we covered everything? I think we might have done, you know. Very cool. Jim's done it again. Like I say, like with every map tour I do, everything I'm saying is my own personal opinion. You may not agree with it. You may not like the map. American maps may not be your thing. American maps may be your thing, but you don't want a dry, arid kind of, you know, looking map. That's the whole point about choice, isn't it? There are loads of maps out there, and Jim's added all these extra features in, which makes it immensely playable. It adds a whole load of features. If you just want to play the map for the map and not use those features, you don't have to, but they're there if you want to. And that is Jim's genius. That's why his maps work. That's why people love playing on them. It's fantastic. But anyway, there we go. Like I say, I've probably missed something, which I will come across at some point, no doubt. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.